Your person is feeling an overwhelming sense of regret, as if they've built a massive barrier between the two of you that seems almost insurmountable. This wall they've constructed isn't just physical but emotional, a defense mechanism born out of fear, insecurity, and perhaps even a lack of self-worth. As they reflect on the state of your relationship, they recognize that this barrier is entirely of their own making, a manifestation of their inner turmoil and doubts. They desperately want to find the strength and courage to tear down this wall, to bridge the gap that has grown between you. Yet, they are intimidated, almost paralyzed, by how effortlessly you seem to navigate through life, moving forward with the grace and determination of a lone wolf. In their eyes, you are someone who has faced numerous setbacks and challenges, yet you never let these obstacles define or defeat you. Instead, you emerge from each trial stronger, more composed, and more resilient. Your person admires this quality in you immensely. They see you as someone who is not just surviving but thriving, someone who is capable of taking life's punches and still standing tall. This strength of yours, however, also serves as a stark contrast to their own perceived weaknesses. They can't help but feel dwarfed by your confidence and independence, and this feeling has contributed to the emotional distance they've put between you. Despite this, they find themselves constantly daydreaming about a future with you. These fantasies are not just fleeting thoughts but deep, recurring visions of what life could be like if they were able to break free from their fears and embrace the love they feel for you. They imagine a life where they are not just an observer of your strength and resilience but a partner who matches it, a life where they, too, can face challenges head-on and grow stronger alongside you. This vision of the future is what drives them now, what gives them hope and the determination to change. Recently, they have started to realize that they are capable of more than they've allowed themselves to believe. They are beginning to see that they deserve love and happiness, just as much as anyone else. This awakening has been gradual, a slow dawning of self-awareness that has pushed them to start healing in ways you might not even realize. The changes they are making, though subtle, are significant. They are beginning to shed the layers of doubt and fear that have held them back for so long. And while these changes may not be immediately visible, they are moving more quickly toward you, drawn by the realization that a life lived in fear is not a life fully lived. Your person is deeply touched by the soft and tender way you care for them. In your presence, they feel a sense of peace and belonging that is absent when you are not around. They miss your touch, your warmth, the way you nurture their soul. It's as if your love has awakened something in them, a creativity and confidence that they never knew they possessed. With you, they feel inspired to be more, to do more, to reach heights they once thought were out of their grasp. You are their muse, their greatest inspiration, and their source of strength. However, they are acutely aware that this connection is not without its obstacles. The wall they've built, the fears they've harbored, the doubts that have plagued them, all these things stand in the way of the relationship they truly desire with you. But they have reached a point where they can no longer continue living in pretense. The mask they have worn for so long, the facade that everything is fine when in reality they are struggling, is something they can no longer bear. They refuse to keep pretending that you don't exist, that their feelings for you are anything less than profound and life-changing. Your person is ready to take off this mask, to be vulnerable, and to express how they truly feel. They understand that this is a risk, that opening up in this way might expose them to hurt or rejection. But they also know that without taking this risk, they will never be able to move forward, never be able to fully embrace the love and connection that they so deeply desire. They are ready to bring everything out into the open, to confront the obstacles that stand between you, and to work towards a future where the two of you can be together without fear or hesitation. In their heart, they hold a great deal of love for you, a love that has only grown stronger as they've started to heal and become more in tune with their true self. They see you not just as a partner, but as the person who has inspired them to become the best version of themselves. And for that, they are willing to do whatever it takes to tear down the walls they've built and move forward toward a life of love, trust, and mutual growth with you. I've been wanting to talk to you for a while now, to share some thoughts that have been weighing heavily on my heart. I've had a lot of time to reflect on who I am and who I want to become, and it's clear to me that the man I aspire to be is someone who embodies integrity, transparency, emotional strength, and decisiveness. But more than anything, I now understand the importance of being vulnerable, of not being afraid to show my true self, fears and all. It's something I've struggled with for a long time, and it's something I now see has deeply affected our relationship. Looking back, I can see how I've let my fears run my life. I've been so consumed with trying to maintain control, to handle everything on my own, that I didn't realize how much it was costing me and us. When you came into my life, I was set in my ways, rigid and unyielding. I thought that by being strong, by keeping my emotions in check, I was doing the right thing. I thought I was protecting myself, and in some misguided way, protecting you too. But I realize now that what you needed from me was the exact opposite. You needed me to be vulnerable, to let you in, to share my thoughts, fears, and emotions with you. You wanted to be a part of my life in a way that I just didn't allow. It's painful for me to admit that I never really gave you that chance. I never fully gave myself to you, and that's something I deeply regret. I was so caught up in my own fear of being vulnerable, of appearing weak, that I didn't see what was right in front of me, a person who loved me unconditionally, who was willing to be there for me through everything. Instead of appreciating you for that, instead of being grateful for the love and support you offered, I blamed you. I pushed you away, convincing myself that it was the right thing to do, that I needed to maintain my independence and strength. But now, with the clarity that comes with hindsight, I see how wrong I was. I was weak, not in the way I feared, but in my inability to embrace what we had. I was scared, not of you, but of what it would mean to truly open up, to be seen for who I really am, flaws and all. I can see now that my reluctance to be vulnerable didn't just hurt me, it hurt you too. It created a distance between us, a wall that prevented us from building the kind of deep, meaningful connection that we both wanted. I've come to realize that my invulnerability was a shield, something I used to protect myself from getting hurt. But in doing so, I ended up hurting you, the one person I should have been closest to. I see now that by not giving you the safe space you needed, I made it difficult for you to feel comfortable and secure in our relationship. I understand now that a strong relationship requires openness, honesty, and vulnerability from both sides. It's something I failed to provide, and for that, I am truly sorry. But I want you to know that I'm working on changing that. I'm creating that safe space and foundation that we both need. I want to be the person who can offer you comfort, safety, and the assurance that I'm here for you, no matter what. I want to be someone you can rely on, someone you can feel completely at ease with. I know that this won't happen overnight, and I know that I've already caused a lot of pain, but I'm committed to making things right. Please forgive me for not realizing all of this sooner. I wish I had shared my fears and feelings with you a long time ago. I wish I had been more open, more honest, and more vulnerable with you. But at the time, I had no idea that my silence, my fear of vulnerability, would complicate things to this extent. I was so focused on keeping up a facade of strength that I didn't see how it was driving us apart. I can only hope that it's not too late to fix what's been broken. I want you to know that I'm here, ready to be the person you needed all along. I'm ready to open up, to share, and to build a stronger, more honest connection with you. I hope that we can move forward together, with a new understanding and a renewed commitment to each other. In the past, your partner was extremely stubborn, building walls around themselves and refusing to let anyone, including you, get too close. They were guarded, perhaps out of fear or past experiences, and this made it difficult for them to be vulnerable. They resisted any attempt to break down these walls, leaving you feeling shut out and distant. This stubbornness created a significant barrier in your relationship, as you could never truly connect on the deeper level you both desired. They were adamant about protecting themselves, and this need for self-preservation often came at the cost of your emotional well-being. However, after this long period of separation, something within them has shifted. The distance between you both has given them time and space to reflect on their actions, and they are beginning to realize that no matter how hard they try, they cannot forget you. You are constantly on their mind, and the memories of your time together have become an indelible part of their thoughts. They now see that their efforts to move on have been futile, as the connection they share with you is something they can't easily erase or replace. This realization has been a significant turning point for them, as they now understand that you have left a lasting impact on their heart and mind. As they reflect on your relationship, they are coming to understand the depth of your kindness and the purity of your heart. Even after all that they put you through, you never sought revenge or tried to tarnish their reputation. Instead, you always treated them with respect and dignity, even when they did not deserve it. This aspect of your nature has profoundly affected them, opening their eyes to their own mistakes and shortcomings. They now see how wrong they were to treat you the way they did and how much they took your goodness for granted. Your unwavering kindness, even in the face of their hurtful actions, has made them realize just how special you are and how much they have lost by pushing you away. They feel a deep sense of guilt and shame for the way they treated you. Ignoring your feelings, manipulating you, and behaving inconsistently were all ways in which they hurt you, and they now see how wrong they were. They are ashamed of their past behavior and regret the pain they caused you. The realization of how much they hurt you, even if it was unintentional, weighs heavily on their conscience. They understand now that their actions were not only unfair but also destructive to the relationship you both once had. This awareness has brought them to a place of deep remorse, as they come to terms with the fact that they pushed away someone who truly cared for them. Your partner knows that their lies, back-and-forth behavior, and inconsistency were the reasons you stopped investing your time and energy into the relationship. They understand that their actions led you to withdraw, as you could no longer trust them or feel secure in the relationship. The pain they caused you, coupled with their inability to be consistent and honest, forced you to protect yourself by stepping back. They now see how much they hurt you and how their actions drove you away, and this realization has left them feeling regretful and determined to make things right. They are now fully committed to winning back your trust and rebuilding the relationship. They understand that it will take a lot of effort and time to regain your confidence in them, but they are willing to do whatever it takes. Your partner is no longer considering any other options or giving anyone else importance because their focus is entirely on you. They realize that you are the person they want to be with, and they are ready to put in the work to prove that they have changed. They are determined to show you that they are no longer the person they used to be, and that they are ready to be the partner you deserve. This time, they are approaching the relationship with a renewed sense of purpose and commitment, fully aware that they must earn your trust and love once again. The separation has given them the clarity they needed to see just how much you mean to them. and they are now ready to fight for your relationship. They are prepared to be consistent, honest, and open, and they are willing to put in the effort to make things work. Your partner understands that it won't be easy, but they are determined to prove to you that they are serious about making things right. They know that they have a long way to go, but they are committed to the journey because they know that you are worth it. Their focus and interest are entirely on you, and they are ready to do whatever it takes to win back your trust and your love.